Well, that's cool. How many people were competing against you this time?
Uh, there was, I believe there was like 7 entries, but there was only one other person that showed up.
Oh.
So a lot of last minute sort of people that had either personal family issues that came up. So the producers did a really great job of playing a great little head game. They're like, oh yeah, we got 7 people, da 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 da. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I show up after like really hyped up and there's only one other guy. I'm like, oh.
Oh.
Well, see, usually the way the titles go here in Houston, it's like, nobody's signing up, and then you get there and there's 20 people standing in line. And it's like, oh, great.
Yeah, that happens.
Exactly.
So,
like, God damn.
So, but you know, it changes from around the country. Well, that's good. What's the criteria for judging for Mr. California Leather Sir? Is there a set criteria like leather bikini, talent?
Yeah. How did you win?
Controlling your boy.
Controlling your boy. Nice.
Yes, controlling your boy, whipping him, and doing a huge. Actually, how it went down is that, like with all titles, there's an closed door interview process, which like a good 80% of your points are based on that alone. So for most competitors, that is like the most nerve-wracking thing because you're like, oh my God, because as soon as you walk in, and I tell everyone this is like, I have never been judged so harshly in my whole entire life. I mean, the way you walk, the way you carry yourself, the way you talk, can you laugh, can you not laugh, can you hold yourself well, are your eyes looking around, like handshake, everything. And then they ask you a bunch of like interesting questions like about the leather community and then what do you want to do? And then they throw in like some random curveballs like what's your favorite sex position or toy? And you're just kind of like, what? Oh, yeah. Totally. Yeah, sex. Yes, I do that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And then, so then after that, then there's the leather jock straps competition portion of it. So it's like the bathing suits where everyone on stage now, for the audience, we're all walking around in our jock straps or our leather outfits, and everyone's like, ooh, and we're being judged on the jock straps, but we're also being judged on our stage presence and how we communicate with the audience and how we can give out our speeches and not like stumble over our words or constantly just kind of be all really quiet and whispering, going, so that was like another portion of it. And then finally, which I was very happy to do, was the sexual fantasy portion of it all.
Nice.
Where it's based on regions, every leather sir title has a theme. And mine was a sports theme.
A sports theme fantasy.
So when I was thinking about it, I was like, sports theme, what am I going to do? Well, the coach and athletes kind of overdone. So I just kind of went through all the cliche sex scenes, and I was like, you know what? Hasn't been done before, well known, is like the UFC fighting stuff. That's on TV now.
Oh, that is hot.
Fighting. And seeing how in high school and when I used to act and stuff like that, I did a lot of stage fighting and did a lot of martial arts and stuff. So I grabbed a friend and we practiced on each other. So when we performed on the stage, it was full contact. The audience was very involved, and then I tossed him around. And then finally, the ending moments was I was choking him out, and then he passed out on the ground, and I just pissed all over him, and then straddled him and shot him on the face, and walked off.
Wow.
And everyone was like, oh my God! So I think that, to me, I was like, that. I thought that was like the reason why I won for the fantasy alone, because I had no fear of just throwing it all out there.
Well,
and then I come to find out, it's like, oh, we also have a great personality too. I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, thank you. Where's that YouTube video? That's what I need to be watching.
I got to see. There's got to be a video out there that's going around about that.
Well, there was a documentary crew that was going to like different title events, and there's bits and pieces of my fantasy, and then like the victory interview and stuff like that, and that's actually on YouTube, which there's a link on my Facebook page to that link, let's say that YouTube's site.
Okay.
We'll have to go check that out.
Yeah, let's check it out and put a link on the website for people to check out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's hot.
So what was the most abstract, oddball question that you were asked during the interview that you was like, what? Huh?
There really wasn't okay. Now there was one question that kind of threw me completely off. I was done with the interview, so I thought, and we're all just kind of like casually chatting, and I'm still there, and one of the judges looked at me, and he was like, everyone's going to be looking at you in the eyeball, and I'm like, yeah, I'm totally used to it. Try having facial hair and being active duty. And they kind of chuckled. It was like, well, something's wrong with your outfit. And I just kind of like was stunned. I was like, no, my boots are right. I checked everything. And then come to find out, my harness was upside down.
Oh.
And I was like, oh. And you're like, so did you know that your harness was upside down? And I kind of looked, and I'm like, no, not really. It's like, what did you think to yourself when you looked in the mirror? I was like, well, I thought I looked damn sexy, so I thought I was good and walked out. And all the judges were kind of like, well, this is true, and I guess we can't say anything more about that. All right, fine.
Wow.
Was it a bunch of other leather sir title holders that were judging you?
Yes. All of the judges were there was a mixed panel. There was Miss Leather titles were there. Miss San Diego. She was there. There was a international boot black, a leather boot black for the previous year. She was there, and a bunch of other kind of throughout California and a few other random special guests. There was 9 judges there.
Wow. It's a big panel to get in front of.
It's pretty scary.
So, but, they're going to nitpick about everything, so.
Mm-hmm. They're going to look for something.
Yeah, so now, did you get to go to Fallston last weekend?
No. Unfortunately, work got in the way of my fun time, and I was off in Florida at that time.
So, I got stuck here in Houston too. I could not go. So.
I've never been to Folsom. No.
Well, Maynard, you need to take me next year. Plan it.
We should plan it next year. Oh, yeah. Sure.
Find somebody to underwrite this little trip and let's plan it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, a bunch of my friends were there, and I kept getting pics and messages and Facebook feeds and Flickr feeds, and I was like, I hate you all. So.
Not everybody's there.
Yeah. So I assume that you went there last week because you were working.
Yes.
And you are in the military, correct?
Correct.
And what branch of the military, can we say?
Are you free to say?
In the Air Force.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, Air Force.
So.
Wow.
Yes. No, I don't. Sadly, I do not fly a jet to work every day, just on the weekends. So.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's in the Air Force, but he's afraid of heights. I mean,
well,
you
don't have to really be in an airplane to be in the Air Force.
That's true. I guess, but I kind of thought, it's kind of weird. But yeah, I guess you don't have to. Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, do you still say I might not fly an airplane, but I still got 3,000 pounds of thrust?
I don't actually fly any airplanes. I fix them instead.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you fix them.
Even better.
My job's a lot dirtier.
Oh yeah, get grease and everything. Oh.
See, that's a porn right there.
There's a porn right in the engine room.
Over a jet, bending over a jet plane, grease everywhere. He takes the Air Force coveralls off to be in this leather jock, and there's a big old ring bottom that walks by.
Oh, so you know. Whew, at least I don't have to stress that all Marines are bottoms, because
all Marines are bottoms.
It's the harsh reality that is the Marine. after like my years of being in the military, I was able to figure out like who was the gayest branch of all the military, and it's the Marines. The Marines are the gayest, followed by Army, and then Air Force and Navy are battling for third and fourth place because every once in a while the Air Force gets a little gay every once in a while, but we're considered probably one of the most straightest branches out of all of them.
Really? That's so intriguing. Wow. Yeah. That's interesting to know.
And I found out the butcher, the meaner that the Marine looks, the bigger Nellier and screaming bottom that he is.
Yes.
Yes.
So.
Take it from a military guy.
They have that camaraderie around each other. They're always around each other day and night through all these really intense situations. So it builds that really good camaraderie. And it kind of definitely fuses and blurs that line of bromance and having sex with each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that happens.
But, you know, if you close your eyes, though, it's not considered gay. So it's all right.
Oh, okay. So that's right.
It's just boys being boys.
That's right.
I guess.
Exactly.
Yes.
Or you're getting fucked in the ass and say, don't kiss me, I'm not gay.
Drag. As long as there's no kissing, it's not really sex. So.
Exactly.
It's just a hand job. It's just a hand job, so it's not gay.
It's just a very intense prostate exam. Until you're very gay. So.
We need to make sure that there's cancer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How's things going? When was Don't Ask, Don't Tell report 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago, right?
About 2 weeks ago. How's that going?
Well.
Oh yeah.
I think it's interesting because it's really not that. It is a big deal, but at the same time, it really doesn't change anything for business, as it's business as usual. The only difference now is that we can be affectionate towards our partners in the open.
They can hold hands now.
Like that we can. I know, and we can kiss too.
Wow,
but we still can't
that's
have
awesome.
In public because that's still frowned out on, regardless whether you're gay or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay. You know, it's like, you know, I'm gonna shoot our enemy, but before, give me a kiss.
Yeah.
Bang.
Exactly.
You know, good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
That's right.
Good luck. Yeah, that is awesome. Just thinking about it.
So when I was talking to a friend that was in the Navy, and he said, well, it really hadn't changed that much. When I was talking to him the other day, he said, you know, you pretty much knew who was gay to start with, and then the rest of the people were kind of oblivious. So he said, at least now you don't have to, like, make up stories.
Yeah, you don't have to live two lives or something like that, you know.
Oh, the stories are always a trip when someone, because you're hanging out with a bunch of guys, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, I totally banged this one chick, and blah, 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 blah. And then they look at you, and they're like, so what did you do this weekend? And I'm just kind of like, well, let's see.
I hog-tied this guy and fucked the living hell out of his ass.
I decorated my room. Yeah.
I listened to Cher while I was fucking some guy, and we had a train on him, and it was good.
Yeah.
Actually, you can talk about that now, right? I guess.
Well, now I can, but before I had to
can.
say I was fucking this girl, and it was slightly awkward.
It's awkward.
Yeah, because it's like it's like you're waiting for them to call bullshit on you almost.
Oh.
And ironically, everyone at my work dubbed me the most straightest man in their shop.